This video will highlight the changes to the Citizenship by Investment programs in the Caribbean following the recent 2024 Memorandum of Understanding, and I will compare and contrast the different Caribbean Citizenship by Investment programs so that you can determine what is the best citizenship for you and your family. So this YouTube channel has many videos about citizenship by investment and residency by investment. If you're new here, I'm Jennifer Harding Marlin, a citizenship by investment and residency by investment attorney. We help high net worth individuals from all around the world to relocate and obtain a second passport. So it's important to discuss the 2024 Memorandum of Understanding that was signed between the 5 Caribbean Citizenship by Investment programs, which include Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis. The purpose behind these changes are to increase stricter due diligence, increase international standards to maintain the reputation of these programs and the validity and reputation of these passports. So there's more collaboration between the different citizenship by investment programs in the Caribbean, which include maintaining a minimum price floor for citizenship, as well as adhering to certain standards. So my view is that some of these changes to the citizenship by investment programs are positive and that in the long run, it will benefit investors and maintain the integrity of these citizenship programs. Although I do think that a lot of the regulations that were released were done so in a rush and not that many people in the industry were consulted before the release of these regulations. So I do anticipate that in the coming months, there will be further changes that will likely enhance the programs as well as make it more beneficial for international investors who are interested in investing in Caribbean citizenship by investment. So what was the standout program in 2024? Well, Antigua and Barbuda has certainly been the standout program for 2024. The number of applicants have tripled in volume for this particular program. I think that Antigua and Barbuda will continue to be a strong passport that are sought out by international investors all around the world. We've also seen that Grenada has been really popular this year as well. And I think that some of the reasons why Antigua in particular has stood out is because there's no personal income tax, gift tax, wealth tax, and or capital gains tax in Antigua and Barbuda. It's very, very tax friendly, which is something very attractive for people that do wish to relocate to Antigua. It has a very strong level of visa-free travel with over 140 plus countries, including China, the EU Schengen area, as well as many other major countries. Antigua is probably the most family-friendly option for citizenship. You can include almost all members of your family, children up to the age of 30, as well as parents or grandparents over the age of 55, as well as the potential to include siblings. So really depending on your family composition, you may be able to include everyone that you want to from your family in an application. Additionally, Antigua is a really great place to live. It's probably one of the more developed countries for citizenship by investment. You have a huge yacht marina and a very big sailing community. There's activities for kids of all different ages, and as well as schooling opportunities for children. A lot of expats have chosen to relocate to Antigua. This is one of the programs that in the past, in 2013, when it was first established, that we would not necessarily recommend due to the fact that the program was new and as well that there was a high crime rate in Antigua. However, this has changed significantly. It's a very safe place to live, and a lot of people choose to relocate there with their families, and it's a very safe country, very wonderful country. A lot of diversity. There's 365 beaches, one for every day of the year, and it's just an extraordinarily beautiful place to live and or go on vacation and or have some sort of connection or a place to call home in the Caribbean. There are 2 primary options for citizenship. One includes a non-refundable donation starting at over $230,000 US. And then the second is an investment in government-approved real estate, starting at over US $300,000. What's interesting about Antigua is that there are options for real estate which include investments in hotel developments, but there's also the possibility to invest in more of a private home. However, this is much more costly, and it's really important to note that real estate really does need to be government approved for citizenship, so you can't just purchase any real estate. So a lot of our clients in the past have chosen to do the donation option, and if they were thinking about relocating to Antigua, then this gave them a wider option of real estate to select. As well as a citizen of Antigua, you do not have to pay alien landholding license fee, which you can save a lot of money by being a citizen and purchasing real estate in the country that you've done citizenship in. So this has been cost effective for many of our clients that have gone on to purchase real estate in Antigua. So now I'm going to talk about the Dominica Citizenship by Investment Program. A detailed overview of statistics internally as well as externally have shown that Dominica is one of the fastest processing times in 2024, just by a little bit. And so it is one of the more faster, efficient processing times if you're looking to get a quick citizenship. While the island is not necessarily the most tax-friendly, like there is certain taxes if you do choose to reside there, there are benefits to being a citizen of Dominica. You have OECS freedom of movement, which is often a factor that people don't realize, or an advantage that people don't realize that they have. And OECS freedom of movement means that you can choose to live and reside in other countries that are part of the OECS freedom of movement. So as a citizen of Dominica, you can choose to live in Antigua and or St. Kitts, where there is no personal income tax and no tax filings for personal income tax. So this can be advantageous. Dominica does have a high level of visa-free travel, although it recently lost visa-free travel to the UK and to Ireland. And this is due in part to the fact that Dominica accepted applicants that had prior visa denials, as well as that had minor criminal records. So it's important to note that they're becoming much, much more strict on their due diligence procedures. And there's been a lot of changes to the Dominica Citizenship Program. It is a great place if you're into ecotourism and you really love to be close to nature. There's a lot of rivers and waterfalls, and people have a lot of national pride. So anywhere you go in the country, you'll see flags of the country and people that have like this really big sense of national pride, which is something that's really interesting. Additionally, Dominica, in terms of paperwork for the citizenship investment applications, the medical is a little bit more extensive, where you will need to do either blood work or urine work in addition to a medical examination form. As well, with Dominican citizenship, you do have to provide fingerprints as part of the process, as well as complete a bunch of background checks, including if you're a U.S. citizen, this could be an FBI report, for example, amongst other documentations. So Dominica citizenship starts at an option of either US $200,000 donation to the country in the Economic Diversification Fund, or alternatively, you can start by investing in real estate at over US $275,000. And this can provide you with Dominican citizenship. We often tend not to recommend this citizenship as much as other programs, particularly for people that are looking to have a high level of visa-free travel and really do need access to the UK. For example, a lot of South African investors that are seeking to do citizenship by investment, they want to have visa-free travel to the UK, particularly they have business interests there, or there's a lot of flights that are through London, for example, and therefore having visa-free travel to the UK is really critical for them. So it ultimately depends what specifically you're looking for, if Dominica would be a good option for you. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about Grenada citizenship by investment, and I think that this is going to be one of the top programs for 2025, and we will see a huge increase in applicants to this country. And so while Dominica used to be the most affordable option for citizenship by investment, right now Grenada is one of the more affordable options. And it's extremely popular because you have access to US through the E2 investor visa. So provided that you do reside in Grenada for over 3 years, you may be entitled to apply for the US E2 investor visa, giving you access to the US market. Additionally, Grenada has a very high level of visa-free travel, including visa-free to China, which makes it a very popular option for citizenship. As well, you can pass on the citizenship through multiple generations, making it interesting. A lot of people that consult us that want to do Grenada citizenship, we always advise that it's best to include everyone in an application from the start. Unlike other citizenship programs where there's a facility to add future dependents in the future, it is often best to include all family members from the get-go if you're doing this option. So the primary option is either a donation to Grenada's National Transformation Fund, starting at over US $230,000, and or alternatively, you could invest in government-approved real estate for citizenship at over US $320,000. It's important to know that Grenada is very similar to Antigua in terms of proof of wealth documentation. So for example, for Antigua, which I've talked about already, they require you to indicate your entire net worth and provide a detailed breakdown of your net worth. So for example, if you have so many funds that are in real estate, you'll be required to provide deed titles to the real estate that you own. If you have specific funds in an account, then you need to provide bank statements for those accounts. And Grenada has become more similar, where there's quite a bit of due diligence regarding source of wealth, and therefore you will have to have documentation to show proof of wealth. If you don't feel comfortable with this, or it's too onerous, or for whatever reason you don't want to do this, there are other citizenship programs that do not require as much proof of wealth documentation, And so I'll talk a little bit more about these options in this video. So St. Kitts and Nevis is the birthplace for citizenship by investment. The program started in 1984. I'm personally a citizen of St. Kitts. As well, we've helped a lot of top entrepreneurs like Heidi and Toby from Crypto Tips, as well as Colin Talks Crypto, and many other influential wealthy investors with St. Kitts, as well as other programs within the Caribbean. And some of the advantages of St. Kitts include visa-free travel to over 140 plus countries. The investment under the real estate option tends to be higher in comparison to other programs. However, there are more real estate that you can select. So it starts at US $400,000 in government-approved real estate, and or there's an option starting at US $800,000 for private home sale option. So if you'd like a private home that you can renovate and make your own and live in it full time, often people choose to go with the St. Kitts and Nevis program simply because there's more private home sale options that count for real estate. I anticipate that there will be changes to what qualifies for real estate in the near future. And so make sure to look out, and you can follow our channel and or sign up to our newsletter at jhmarlin.com. So we're happy to provide you updates for the St. Kitts and Nevis program. St. Kitts and Nevis is similar to Antigua in that there is no personal income tax, no wealth, gift, or inheritance tax. So it's very tax friendly. It's a really nice place to live. Lots of expats are considering moving here and or have moved here from around the world. So there's a growing expat community if you're one that loves nature. There's both the island of Nevis and the island of St. Kitts to discover further. So for those who are looking for something unique, there's the St. Lucia Citizenship Program that offers a government bond option for citizenship, starting at US $300,000 plus a $50,000 non-refundable contribution fee. And the government bond needs to maintain for a fixed number of years. It's a non-interest-bearing bond. And so we have helped people under this option. And if you're looking to invest in government bonds, St. Lucia is the only Caribbean citizenship program that has this option. Beyond this option, St. Lucia has visa-free travel to over 140 plus countries. It is quite developed. It's a big island and has one of the highest populations for countries that offer citizenship by investment. You know, from the pitons to different beaches on the island, there's a little bit of something for everyone in St. Lucia. So if you're looking to invest in the donation option, it starts at US $240,000, or you could also invest in government-approved real estate. St. Lucia, unlike other options, has a very limited real estate availabilities for citizenship. So if you're really looking to do real estate, and particularly if you're looking to live in the home year-round, this is not an option for St. Lucia. And so there are other islands that have other options. But St. Lucia is one of the very popular options. Unfortunately, this year we've seen a lot of delayed in processing. It's right now the longest processing citizenship by investment program. And this is due in part to delays in processing of wire transfers. So hopefully St. Lucia program will change and become more efficient and faster in the future. One of the interesting things about doing an application for St. Lucia is that everything can be done online. So there's no necessary to send a big packet of documents to St. Lucia. Electronic copies are often sufficient. It's important to note that in order to be issued the passport, you do need to provide any original birth certificate in order to be issued the passport when it comes to the issuing of the passport stage. So all in all, this is a little summary of the Caribbean Citizenship by Investment programs. The costs will really depend ultimately on how many people are included in the application, their relationship to the main applicant, as well as determining whether or not what option you want to do, if it's investment in real estate or if it's a donation, if you have particular interest in one country over the other. We'd be happy to discuss further different options for you and provide you with further information, including different guide notes. So if you'd like to get more information, you can visit our website at jhmarlin.com. Overall, my thoughts about Caribbean citizenship by investment is that it will continue to be very popular amongst international investors. Even with all the changes, there continues to be continued interest. I do think that other citizenship programs may develop around the world, and this will cause increased pressure for the Caribbean to continue to want to compete and maintain their dominant position in the market. And so it'll be interesting to see further developments in citizenship by investment sphere. What's really interesting is that we are a local agent for citizenship. We're based on the ground. I personally rotate between all the islands that offer citizenship by investment. If you'd like to come and meet with us in person or get an island tour, we'd be happy to show you around. And for more information, you can see our website at jhmarlin.com or send me an email at jennifer@jhmarlin.com. All the best. Bye.